everyone, and welcome to this week's update on my grow room. Still can't get down to the farm. I don't know what happened this spring, but it disappeared. It came, it went, it came, and it went. I went down to the farm on Saturday, and since Saturday we've had 3 lots of snow. Right now I think we got more snow than what we did last Saturday. Not sure when I'm gonna get back down there. I'll just turn you guys around and you can see here it is, the 27th of March, and we still got lots and lots of snow. Those snow banks out there are just huge. But just because we got snow, not gonna let that stop me or slow me down. So today now I just want to give you guys an update on how things are progressing in my grow room, and everything is just looking great. As you can see, loads and loads of green. So these are my million bells. The seeds were given to me in a seed trade from my friend Sherry over in Deer Lake. And I gotta say, these guys sure are slow growers. In years going forward, I will be sure to plant these nice and early. And this is just a tray of mixed bell peppers, and I've got some Hungarian long Otwax, and I'll just put a picture up so you can guys see. So I only had 5 of those that germinated, but now that I've got them, I will grow them in an area away from the other peppers so they don't cross-pollinate, and I'll save my own seeds. And these are the Elicano Sweet Finger peppers, which are in 3-inch pots, and they are looking great. And petunias, petunias, petunias. This year my petunias are looking awesome, and I started pinching them, and hopefully now they'll branch and put off more stems. And perfect timing. I think I started these at the end of February, so I think for the petunias, in the February is perfect timing if you're growing here in 4B in central Newfoundland like me. And I do have some show Swiss giant pansies, and they're doing great. And so are my violas, Jolly Jump Up, and we do have a blossom. So this little baby is a purple with a light cream color on the bottom. So happy to see blossoms again. And my onions, these are my red and sweet Spanish onions, which are ready now for another trim, so I'll do that later today. And some more Elicano peppers, and I got a bunch of marigolds here started. So I've got some sparkly mixed marigolds and some French marigolds started so far, and I do have other types of marigolds that I'll get started the next month or so. And the coleus, so these are the rainbow mix, which I'll just show you a couple of different ones how they're looking. So this one is a really dark deep purple. This one here is going to have a tint of pink in the middle, and then this one here's got a combination of green and purple leaves. There's this one here that's lighter. Now I'm just going to show you a little clip of me giving my winter savory a pinch. I knew they were growing really leggy, and I'm like, oh, what shall I do? So I went in and just Googled, should you pinch your winter savory seedlings? And sure enough, that was a recommendation. And these are the marigolds that I've been growing with the kids. I do have some that is a lot bigger and also in bloom. And you will see those blooms in the next upcoming video with my Grow Along project with the students. And these are my geraniums that I grew from seed. And also, these are the cuttings that I had taken last week when I showed you guys on camera. So they are looking good. And there was one that was just a stem. Well, that stem now has a little leaf coming. And I started more seeds. And some of you are probably saying, where in the name of God is she going to put it all? I just ordered some more grow lights, and I got another rack that I'll put in front of my patio window. So more space, more plants. So I started some parsley, and this one's called Forest Green. And I started some Brussels sprouts. And I started some lobelia seeds. These are seeds that my friend Sherry from Deer Lake had given me, our seed swap. So last year I didn't get a chance to start a lot of the seeds that Sherry had given me. So this year, Sherry, I'm ahead of the game. I started some Chinese lantern seeds. So I got an interesting story for you with my Chinese lanterns. Not these seeds, but a couple years ago I bought seeds from the company out on the mainland, and I sold them last year. Got them growing, so I was thinking, okay, I'm going to grow out these Chinese lantern seeds, and I'm going to save the seeds so I can get more plants to sell to you guys. Well, I started growing these seeds, and when I used to look at them, I'm like, God, they look just identical to ground cherry seeds. So I had ground cherries growing also, and I took those down to the farm and planted them. And they were only little tiny, about this big, those ground cherries. And anyway, for the summer, the plants that were supposed to be Chinese lanterns kept growing, and the husk on them was really, really big, and fruit inside were huge. But I was waiting all fall for them to turn orange. Late summer, early fall, somebody came to me and they said, those ground cherries you got growing over there are huge and they're delicious. And I'm like, that's not ground cherries, that's Chinese lanterns. And they're like, no, they taste identical to ground cherries. So over the course of the fall, they did not turn orange. It was not Chinese lanterns. What I believe it was, a different variety of ground cherries. Other ground cherries that I had growing was called Aunt Molly's ground cherry, which is just an ordinary size, not a huge ground cherry. But I think this one is a different variety. So I kept some of those seeds. So hopefully now I'll have some of those plants for sale later on in the spring. What they're called, I don't know, but they're huge and they're delicious. We're having some fun with this gardening. Lots of exploring and lots of growing for sure. Keep following me, guys, and hit that subscribe button because you have no idea what's going to be coming up in my garden. And my friend Wanda just got home from a trip, and she's got some seeds. She's dropping them off to me this morning, and I'll be starting them later, either later today or tomorrow. What did she say she had? Oh, she had some ever-bearing strawberries, and she had some lamb's ears seeds. And I finally started my tomatoes. I didn't start as many seeds as I did last year. Last year I had way too many tomatoes. So this year again, I got Tiny Tim tomatoes started. Got a few trays of those. What else have we got? And these are the Tomler tomato. And that's the one you grow in a hanging basket. So these were given to me by my friend Sherry. And I've only got 16 seeds, so I'll probably keep a few of those plants for myself so I can save the seed. I did try these, I believe it was 2 years ago. I bought a package of those seeds up to Walmart, not one of them had germinated. So hopefully now we'll get some germination on these. And I did start some banana sachet daisies. Nothing coming yet. And those burgundy Gerber daisies, still nothing on those. So it's like everything. You win some, you lose some. Not everything is going to germinate. And this one here is a beefsteak. This is a hybrid beefsteak. And this one is a Jubilee beefsteak. This is a yellow tomato, which lots of people like yellow tomatoes because they're not as acidic as what your red or orange tomatoes are. And I got some Abe Lincoln tomatoes. And I got some Roma tomatoes. And this is another beefsteak tomatoes. This is Bitter Boy. And on the end here, I got Orange Hat tomato. And this one is just your general cherry tomato. And I got some Sun Gold tomatoes and a Sunrise Bumblebee tomato, Mortgage Lifter, and a yellow cherry tomato. Hopefully now soon I'll see some germination on those tomatoes and get those under the grow light. Some of you have been asking about tomatoes. Tomatoes are fast growers, so we're still early. It's only the 27th of March. We still have lots of time before our last frost date, which is June 1st here in central Newfoundland. Oh, gotta show you something. So this is one of the geranium plants that I had waken up about a month ago, and we are going to have some flowers. My friend Wanda was just here and she dropped me off some seeds. So this is a Alpine strawberry. So this strawberry is everbearing. So I'm going to plant those seeds now, and they come in a little tiny package and not very many seeds, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle these on top of the soil. Got to make sure I get every one where there's so few seeds. There we go. And I've got some vermiculite into a little shaker here. This was a toothpick container. So I'm just going to slightly cover the seeds with this vermiculite. And I'm going to give it a little sprinkle of water. And of course now I'm going to add my tag. And another seed that she brought me was lamb's ears. This one also needs light to germinate, so I'm going to sprinkle that one too with the vermiculite. And I'm going to give this a drink and a tag. And hopefully now within a few days we'll have some germination on those. Well folks, that's it for this week's video. Hopefully now next week lots of snow will melt and I can get back to the farm. Oh, and good news, I did get my garage door ordered for my building. Ordered it early because it takes 4 to 6 weeks to arrive here in Newfoundland, and I wanted a garage door that had windows at the top. Hopefully now the snow will go and we can get building on my garage and flower studio, and I'll take you guys along with the process. It won't be a step-by-step process, but I will give you daily updates and progress. I have a friend of mine that's building it, so I don't think he wants to be on camera. we'll keep you posted on the activities of the building once that's started. So guys, take care. See you all next week.